Welcome one all to ZKM Sports Talk. It's been about a week now that we did the power rankings, and next week we're going to do.
Even though they were posted on Thursday,
that was my fault, but I'm going to. Since we're doing a little bit earlier, I'll be able to right after this video be able to upload it immediately after that, and every Tuesday we will be uploading the video no matter what circumstance, so that way we can just get back on routine. Last week we did power rankings, and every 2 weeks we do the power rankings for the NBA. But this week we're going to go into the NBA expansion because, as you can tell with Adam Silver, he said it is inevitable for an NBA expansion or expansions because you got to have at least 2 teams so that way it evens out the conferences. But also, Adam Silver is talking about getting rid of the conferences and making one just NBA in general, like the old times. Seattle, New Mexico City, London, Las Vegas, Vancouver are some cities that are being talked of expansions. And like what I was telling Mike and Zach, I don't think London's going to probably get the team because that's just too much time to go to London.
Honestly, it would be super unfair for the London team to have
I don't know how they could actually do that
and go all around the U.S. all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know how they would do that. Yeah.
Also, if they were to go and have the teams coming to them, but then that's still not fair for the NBA teams to go over there.
They'd have to. That would be really.
I mean, there'd be 41 home games. But, I mean, still the 41 away would just be ridiculous.
Because they have to fly back and forth.
Back and forth, yep.
I mean,
London and
they might do what football does and have a game in London.
There we have.
Yeah.
I can't see a London team.
Yeah.
The Celtics and 76ers are going to be in London this year in January.
Right.
So they're going to have a game in London.
Try to see how it works out, probably. But
it's not going to work out very well.
No.
But there are several other cities, Pittsburgh, they're talking another Chicago team,
Omaha,
Austin, Texas,
Kansas
City. There are talks of several places, but Seattle already had a team, and they really want another team badly because it used to be the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
With Ray Allen, and right when KD was coming into his career, he was on the Supersonics for a brief while. And then Las Vegas would be an excellent city for a team because it's just...
Well, they're getting that pro football team.
So
now if they have pro basketball, that'd be pretty good. Yeah.
And same with the Vancouver... It used to be Vancouver Grizzlies before they moved them to Memphis. Right. So again, that's another town that... already had a team, so that'd be another good town that would benefit having an NBA team once again. New NBA franchises will select a minimum of 14 players in an expansion draft. Current NBA teams may protect 8 players on current roster from being drafted. New NBA franchises can only select 1 player from each team. So you're looking at your starting 5 more than likely, plus your 6th, 7th, and 8th off the bench will be your players that you're going to want to keep. And then anybody from 9th through 12th will probably be available for them to be able to pick up. It's an interesting thing because in 2004, like what Zach remembered, they had that Hurricane Katrina, is why they moved the Hornets to New Orleans.
Right.
Until
they moved them
from New Orleans to
they moved them from Charlotte to New Orleans after the flood happened. And
that's
then
right.
In the 2004, they had the expansion, which brought in just the Charlotte Bobcats.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Because New Orleans had a team and they lost it?
It used to be New Orleans Hornets with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
I guess.
And
Well, that New Orleans team way back in the day, Pete Maravich was on it. New
Oh,
Orleans way back
Pistol
in the
Pete?
day. Yeah, Pistol Pete. He was on the team.
Okay.
So.
Because
Well, that's been a long time ago.
we looked it up to see who the other team that came in was, and
At that time
It wasn't
just
until
Charlotte.
1995 before.
Oh, really?
Came in, so
That is interesting.
it must have lost a team, and then Charlotte.
Yeah,
replaced
team must
it.
have got
So
disbanded or something.
So
Yeah,
we were thinking it was the New Orleans team due to the flood.
might
or
have been. Yeah,
to the hurricane.
I'd forgotten about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Pete Maravich was on New Orleans back in the '60s.
Wow.
70. Yeah.
Wow. Also, we looked up, Zach and I and Mike looked up, whenever the Charlotte Hornets came back to Charlotte, the team pretty much got a bunch of people that you really didn't hear much of. Zaza Pachulia was the only one that we really fully recognized.
Right.
But it seems like NBA nowadays, because back in 2004, there was a lot of foreign players that they got during that draft. And I'll go ahead and flip to the next page. Here's the players that I put together. We could have done a second page, which I could put on the right side, but we decided just to do one expansion. And then if it starts to come to fruition where they actually get this going with these expansions, we'll do another video of the two teams that they do give us for the future. But right now, if we were to get, let's say, Seattle Supersonics come back, you would have Damian Jones, Mario Hazonia, T.J. McConnell, Alan Williams, Alan Crabb, Trey Lyles, Rashad Vaughn, Pat McConnington, Georges Papagiannis, Abdel Nader, Juwan Evans, Lance Thomas, P.J. Tucker, and Ivica Zubac. Everybody's pretty much under the age of 26, other than Lance Thomas and P.J. Tucker. Everybody else is under the age of 26. Very young team. I thought that the players that I did have on there, it's either the team was so deep, like Damian Jones, they have Zaza Pachulia, and they have another decent center. Oh, JaVale McGee, so they don't only need to have Damian Jones. Other than maybe having Pachulia, when he retires, they could have Damian Jones. Right. But what do you guys think?
Well, the thing, now that I think about it, an expansion team would have to pick according to... You couldn't pick 5 centers.
No.
It wouldn't make any sense.
That wouldn't.
You'd have to have a pretty rounded
team. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And apparently I was wrong with the Hurricane Katrina, just replacing... Because from 95 to 2005, the Eastern Conference had 15 teams, and the Western only had 14.
Huh. Really?
Okay.
So that's weird.
That is weird. Uneven.
Very uneven.
Yeah. But, so if you had to look through a list as an expansion team, you'd have to
really pick through. Yep.
You'd have to choose wisely because you don't want to pick all centers and all just all guards. You'd have to pick forwards and...
Did you already mention the fact that they get the number 1 pick in the draft?
Yeah, I did not mention that. Yeah,
that would be a good player to try to build your team around.
Yep,
that's right. If it's a center, then you'd have to pick just one backup center. You wouldn't have to pick 2 centers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes a difference who the draft pick would be.
Yep, they could be.
But that's the only draft they get, or do they have more draft picks?
I think they get.
They probably
part of the
get
draft
the one in the first, and then
the
one
in the second, maybe or something.
Because you can't literally steal draft picks.
No,
you would just have to add in the one at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Right. But that does make a difference having the number 1 pick in the
draft.
Because if they drafted a couple years ago,
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. The Pelicans completely built their team around him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another thing that what they could do, just like today's NBA, since they are guaranteed the first pick in the draft, they could trade that away and get a star player out of it.
I guess
if they want to.
If there was enough reason in it.
Yeah, if there's not the talent that the draft was.
I feel like they would get enough veteran presences in the expansion to or in the expansion draft that getting a rookie would be the best option. For
Yeah.
them.
Oh yeah, to build her. Oh hell yeah.
I just threw this together with
Yeah.
this team,
Well,
so they could have
there's
done a
gonna be
lot
lots
more in depth, and they could
Yeah.
have got a lot more
I mean,
veteran presence.
Right.
that's just like the ninth
Just
man for most of the teams.
Yeah, there's a
So
lot
it's
of other
not-
players.
It's not
Yeah.
even like it would definitely be
You know,
the players, because some of those could be retained on their team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Now we did look at the Charlotte Hornets. Remember that we just talked about the Bobcat or whatever when they had that expansion. I didn't really. Did they have a number one draft pick in that? See, we didn't notice that. If they
Yeah,
had
that's a good
number one-
point. Yeah,
'cause I didn't recognize any of the names. Really,
Yeah,
except for
they
Maybe they
didn't-
didn't have that rule
No.
back in those days.
maybe.
Because that number one pick makes a big difference. If there's a hell of a center or a hell of anybody in that draft, they can really make a team a lot better. If they're a Kyrie Irving type of player or something.
Yeah,
So
because I mean, the number one pick in 2004 was Dwight Howard.
yeah,
So that would
they must not have. Yeah, they must. Not
Wow,
have.
they had the second pick
Oh, in that draft.
in that draft.
Oh, did
Yeah,
they?
they got Okafor.
Yep, Emeka Okafor.
What? Which was his name? What was his
Uh,
name?
Emeka Okafor.
He's C
Not
plus.
Jalil. Not
yeah.
Jalil Okafor.
No.
Mecca.
Emeka
Emeka
Okafor
Okafor.
is a C plus.
Never even
center.
heard of him.
He's not been very good. He was pretty
Is he
much
still
like
playing?
Jaleel.
Is he still playing?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
He
Yeah.
actually he's on a team now.
Oh, is he?
Is he?
Mhm.
What team?
I can't I can't remember, but they just no. I'm thinking Ekpe
Maybe.
Udo. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think.
Yeah,
I've never-
he was pretty much. He's an
A
offensive
bust.
center. Yeah, he's
he was
not
a-
been
What team? What college was he from? Does it show?
UConn.
Yep.
maybe?
Really?
UConn.
Okay.
Yep.
So that tells you how number one pick can really not work out. Because they used number two pick. He was number two. That's where they get the number two pick, but not the number
Yeah,
one
number one pick. Yeah, and
That's
you
kinda
just
weird
expanded, and that is kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I guess they're guaranteed a top protected or top
Maybe
Maybe
it was
lottery
like
pick. I guess.
Yeah, maybe it was a lottery. or
Oh, they did the lottery thing.
The lottery
They
thing.
just
Yeah,
went
so they
lottery.
were guaranteed
I gotcha.
1 through 3.
Okay, that makes sense. Who was the number one pick of that year? Oh, Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Yep.
Yeah, big difference.
That's so gross. The next year,
Who was it? Yeah.
they apparently didn't do too terrible
Yeah.
with their draft because the next year they weren't worst,
Yeah.
but they picked Raymond Felton,
Oh boy.
the number
Really?
5 pick.
So it was a lottery, part of the lottery then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
In that draft in 2004, Andre Iguodala dropped to 9th.
Wow. Okay,
Oh.
so they could have had him.
Yep.
Well,
The 2005 draft is probably the worst draft in NBA history.
Alex Jefferson went 15th to the Celtics.
Al Jefferson? Really?
I seriously know 3 names on this list. Chris Paul was the only person
Wow.
in the entire draft
Oh, he was in that.
that
Wow.
was worth anything.
So wait, that's interesting. Al Jefferson got picked by the Celtics?
Yep. 15th pick in the draft. Might got traded
Oh,
to the
yeah,
Jazz,
he
I
was
think.
traded-
Or to the Hornets.
Yeah, the Hornets.
He's always been with the Hornets, I think.
Who?
Jefferson.
Al Jefferson?
Yeah. I
No.
don't know if he was with the Jet.
He was with the Jazz
Yeah,
because he
he
was with
started
Paul
with the
Millsap.
Jazz.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did start with the Jazz.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They went to the Hornets. Okay.
Then the New Orleans. That's weird. So the Charlotte Bobcats. It was the Bobcats in 2004.
Right.
And then the New Orleans Hornets.
Yeah, because
The Hornets, right.
it was the Charlotte Hornets in 2003, and they moved
For
to New Orleans after the hurricane, and then the Bobcats came into play. is
That's
what
how
it
they
was.
made the teams even.
Yeah.
Then.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
it was
then-
for the
Make it
8
15 off for
years
some
or
reason.
so
Yeah.
after the last expansion.
They hadn't expanded. Okay. They only expanded one team.
Yeah, because
Okay.
what did we say? 95. It was
To 2005. Yeah.
the Raptors came in as well as the Grizzlies moved.
Oh, from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
J.R. Smith went 18th,
In that 2004
2004 draft.
Wow.
And then Kevin Martin went 26th.
Oh, really?
Kevin
yeah.
Martin, hell of a three-point shooter.
Yeah.
But that's what I think in 2 weeks we should do is...
Wow, apparently he played with the Celtics for 3 years.
Jefferson did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then he went to the Timberwolves for another 3 years.
Al
He's been-
Jefferson?
He's been on all of his teams for 3 years.
That's weird.
That's
went
really
to the
weird.
Celtics for 3 years, Wolves for 3 years, Jazz for 3
I
years.
can't remember even playing on those
Bobcats
teams.
for 3 years, and now he's been on the Pacers for 2.
Maybe 3 then. Wow. I can't remember Al Jefferson, be honest with you, being
On
on
Celtics?
the
No.
Celtics or the Timberwolves.
No,
Isn't that weird?
I don't remember that.
Must not have been that good. Because it had to have been for
When he was on the Jazz, he was exceptional. That's when he started really getting to his
maybe,
own.
and then when he went to Hornets, he was really, really
Yep.
yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
I think that's what we should do in 2 weeks is maybe look at old drafts.
Yeah, that's not bad. See how well it worked out for
Yep.
all these teams. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
I think the expansion sounds like an awesome idea, though.
Yeah.
Especially with all the new money that we were getting. Me and
Right.
your dad talked about that before you came home. With all the new money they're getting from that contract, to use that to build the 2 new teams,
To make
Mhm.
them.
and then
Yes.
because with the contract or with the teams being able to pay players so much money,
Yeah.
like they're able to make the super teams that they have.
Uh-huh.
Like, Kevin Durant is making $25 million a year, and Curry's making $40 million
Yeah.
a year, and like that whole team is like so expensive. Like this year, whenever Clay and Green's contracts come up, it's gonna be real nice because, I mean, unless they take pay cuts, it's gonna
may not be able to keep.
it'll
Yeah.
spread some of those players out,
Yep.
so there won't be as many on one team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's just boring. Like Cavs
Yep.
and Warriors the
Every
last
single
3
year,
years in
yeah.
a row. Like,
Yep.
That's not fun to watch.
No.
No.
Like
And-
this year, the Celtics are shaking shit up.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, I mean, they were in it the last few years,
Mhm.
but they couldn't beat the Cavs.
Nope.
But this year, Kyrie's not on the Cavs.
Yep.
He was a big part of what they
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Yep.
And like,
Expansion would be good, like you said, with the money.
shaking
because
things up, and
If these expansion teams get, what do we say? They get 60%
they get
60% and then
of the,
75%
of the
salary cap. Yep.
Yeah.
So they can spend a little bit of money.
A little bit of
Not as
money.
much.
Not as
their,
much.
Their first 2 years,
Will
they're
be
gonna
kinda
be
shaky,
they're gonna
yeah.
be using lineups like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
Yeah.
Crab is the only one on there that I know for a fact
Mhm.
that is making
Oh, that's right.
17 times what he should be making.
Right.
Like,
Right.
like he's $20 million for a bench player that's only like a B
Yeah.
minus.
And like with them getting the first a top 3 pick.
Yeah,
it's-
I mean they get 3 years and they only have to pay that guy
Yeah, he'll be at
$15
the
million
yeah,
for the entire 3 years.
rookie minimum.
Like-
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. So I'll also, with the money, it'd be nice to spread it out because like next year there's a chance that LeBron and Paul George and somebody else will go to the Clippers
Oh, Lakers.
or Lakers. I mean
Yep.
Lakers along with Ball,
Yep.
and it'd be a super team again.
Yep.
I mean then there'll be just the Lakers and but it'd be at
Lakers,
least in the
Celtics
same,
again.
At least it'll be in the same division with the
Warriors.
Warriors, which will be somebody will knock somebody off.
Yeah. Yep.
But these super teams are getting ridiculous
Yep.
because it hurt. Okay, we're all from Indiana, and we love the Pacers, so we never get a chance to have a super team.
No.
Nobody wants to. We don't have the money, and we don't have.
We don't.
Our best-
Nobody
we don't
wants to
have
come
the
to
attraction
Indiana. Nobody wants to come to Indiana.
Like
So it's not really fair.
Our best free agent was David West.
Oh, was he a free agent?
Yeah, he came to us as a free agent.
Yeah, which is surprising. He came to us. I don't know
Yeah.
why he did.
I don't know either. I guess when he first
He came.
He
from
first
New Orleans,
came
didn't he?
in-
Was he from New Orleans?
New Orleans, and
Yeah.
then he was talking about going to the Celtics back whenever it was Kevin Garnett, Ray
Right.
Allen, and
Oh, for his chance.
yeah,
to win the
won
championship.
championship. And he said no, he
Yeah.
wanted to come play with us.
Yeah.
I really think that if the Pacers hadn't had I hate the Pacers management. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, I can't stand them.
Right.
If they hadn't had their thumb in their bum,
Uh-huh.
we would have Gordon Hayward this year.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you're
you can say
right.
that.
I really feel like he wanted to come play
To
for
the
us.
Pacers, yeah.
They waited way too long to hit the button on the Paul George.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they should have.
If they would have had Paul George, there's a good chance Gordon Hayward would have come
Yeah.
to the Pacers because that would have been a good duo.
I mean,
Yeah.
and even getting rid of him, to clear up the money to get Hayward.
Yeah,
to
we
come
should
in.
have done it right.
They,
Either
they,
way.
they
way
really,
sooner.
They should have tried harder to get
They
him.
didn't
to come
bother.
in.
I don't think they even tried that
I
hard.
don't think they
No.
tried
No.
at all.
No.
Which is really interesting.
Which is just sad. Like, I mean,
What-
could you imagine our team right now?
Gordon Hayward, I
Gordon
know.
Hayward,
I know.
Like, it
The
would
shooting,
be
the
insane.
shooting, the ball handling, the
Yep.
defense,
And-
the all-around game. Yeah.
And then having Bojanovic's offense off the bench.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Ryan's offense on
Off
the bench.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, expansion. It could, I think Zach's right. I think expansion is really a good idea because it spreads out the money a little bit more because there's way too much money per team now.
Yep.
And some of the small market teams like Indiana somehow get shafted
Yep.
because the players don't want to come here.
No.
So I don't like super teams either. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
It's boring. Like Zach said, they're great teams and they're fun to watch, but I don't want to see Golden State in the championship every single year.
Yeah.
I like to see other teams get a chance to get into it.
I mean, and it wouldn't even be so bad if it wasn't like Golden State's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like,
At least
if they had to work for it a little bit,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing them win. But last year they were what?
They won
16-1 in the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
They lost
blew 'em
that
out.
one game to the Cavs.
That was
Yeah.
it. That was it.
That was solely so they could win in.
At home,
Golden
at
State.
Golden State.
I-
Yeah,
I
you're right.
firmly believe that.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Make their
blew
crap.
they blew them out of the water the first two games.
Yeah, and all of a sudden
And
they lose.
then
Yeah.
they're just kind of like chilling out game 3. They won by a little bit, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna go back to
Back
Golden
and
State
just-
for game
yeah.
5,
Yeah.
and they blew them out of the water again.
Yeah.
I mean, home field advantage is a little bit of a thing, but in basketball, it's not that ridiculous like it would be in football.
Football. All right.
I'm curious to see what happens because Adam Silver is pretty wanting to get rid of that one and done rule too. He's wanting to allow
about the college
players to be able to go
Right,
right after
right.
high school to be able to come
into
play.
the pros.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
That was
They're talking about
the Ben Simmons thing. Ben
Yeah.
Simmons went to a garbage college.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything in college
Didn't
except
do
play
any studying.
basketball.
Didn't study.
Like,
Didn't do
he
anything. Yeah.
just went to college so
Yep.
he could play in the pros.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Like, I mean, what's the point in that? Like, I understand.
He took it with space, actually, from a regular college student in a way.
Yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
you want the players to mature more before they go to the NBA. But I mean,
They're
Just-
playing that high of a level
it's-
in high
yeah,
school.
I'm
Allow
mad.
them to get their money.
It's obvious he was going to be a pro basketball player,
Yeah.
right?
like, I mean, if anything, just put him in the D League.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good
I
idea.
mean, that's pretty much what it's there for.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yep.
The only reason they don't, probably because, well, the injuries, but you,
Yeah, I mean, but that would be better for the person. Like,
yeah, right.
if they get injured their first year of college, you
They
know,
don't- yeah.
they're
They're
done.
done. Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
but at
if
least
they
they're
get
in the-
injured their first year of the pro, they have, you know, a couple $100,000 to fall back on
Yeah,
to
you're right.
go back to school
You're right. Yeah.
if they want, or
And
go
I-
to school.
I really think if a high school player wants to go pro, let him. I'm not, because if he doesn't make it, then he can go back to college. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why college thing's that
Yeah.
important.
Most high school players, when they
Won't be.
graduate, are over 18.
They should be able to make their
if not
decisions
older.
themselves, right?
So, I mean, unless you want to make them sign a contract that says, you know, their parent or guardian or whatever
Yeah.
is in control of their stuff. But
Right.
they're
Old enough.
adults. I
There's-
mean,
they can vote.
Miles Turner was 19 and
Yeah.
he was, you know,
Yeah,
he was
he's-
fine.
Yep.
Parents came
If
to his
the kid-
games
his
from
kids choose
wherever
to
he
do
was
it,
from and from
I don't-
Texas.
I don't know what we're trying to protect them from. I don't understand what we're protecting them from
From
because
I would say probably from themselves. There's
making bad decisions. I
yeah,
guess.
there's so many bad decisions you
Yeah,
can do
that's
when you
true.
have a lot of money and you're young and
Mhm.
stupid.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example as to
Okay.
why it's a good idea to get rid of that one and done rule. That they're talking the number 1 pick that was supposed to be happening this year.
Yeah.
He's out for the remainder of the season. He's undergoing spinal surgery.
From
Michael Porter Jr.
from the college.
from college. Yeah, he's out for the remainder of the season after
See, yeah, that's what Zach was just talking about. He is in college.
college. He had to go for 1 year, and all of a sudden now
he's out because he has a spine
spine
injury.
injury.
But if he'd been a pro, he would be covered by the money. At least he'd have $1 million or
And,
whatever.
and he'd have the insurance.
700,000 insurance.
Insurance,
yeah.
yep.
The contract, he'd probably be able to. They'd help him work out and then come back to the pros again.
Now he's on his own.
Wow.
And he could fall because it's a spinal surgery. Like he said, his spine is hurt. Who knows where he can fall now?
You don't use your spine at all.
No. We're playing basketball. No.
Back just thinking about it. Yeah. That's a good point.
Especially if he's a big guy, you get bumped around and stuff.
Yeah, jostled. Yeah, so that's right.
That's a perfect example.
I don't know who that is at all, so
I don't know either, but they're saying he's like the number one prospect in
really?
the NBA, like the
NBA.
college football, yeah.
The college basketball. Oh,
yep.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But with that being said, guys, next week is the power rankings. It's going to be shaking up quite a bit. This past week was pretty crazy.
Number 2.
Yep.
Pacers number 2, I guess.
Move up the Pacers.
Yep.
Golden State's looking, or not Golden State, but Boston's looking real good.
Yeah, Boston's got to get moved up.
Right.
I already had it number 1. I'm probably going to stick him at number 1 still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the following week, I don't know exactly what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure out some things. This is just a one-off thing that we thought we'd get started with.
Because it's a nice idea for what could happen in the future for the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we might go and do Rookie of the Year for the following week after that, or who knows what we're going to do after that. But with that being said, guys, we're going to end this video right here.